So last weekend, my friends convinced me to join them for a group painting class. You know, one of those sip and paint things where you attempt to create a masterpiece while pretending you're not getting tipsy on box wine. It sounded like a peaceful way to spend a Saturday, relaxing, a little artsy, maybe finally learning what the difference is between cerulean and sky blue. But when we walked in, the instructor greeted us with an enthusiasm that set off the first alarm bell. She introduced herself as Madame Palette and insisted that art is about letting your soul drip onto the canvas, which sounded more like a threat than inspiration. Things got weird pretty quickly. Instead of the tranquil landscape we all expected, Madame Palette told us we'd be painting the complex emotional journey of a lost spatula. I thought she was joking, but she began passionately describing the spatula's hopes and dreams, and before we knew it, everyone was frantically brushing shapes that looked less like kitchen utensils and more like Rorschach tests. The woman next to me painted what I can only describe as a crying pancake, and my friend Greg's canvas looked suspiciously like a UFO abducting a stick of butter. The wine kept flowing, and the more we sipped, the more avant-garde our spatulas became. Halfway through, Madame Palette started dramatically flinging paint at her own canvas, yelling things like "embrace the chaos." And no spatula left behind. At this point, nobody was painting anything remotely recognizable. Greg accidentally dipped his paintbrush in his wine glass and started using a fork as a brush, claiming it was performance art. The entire table devolved into laughter as our masterpieces morphed into something you'd expect to see at a toddler's birthday party, after the toddlers had eaten too much cake. Finally, at the end of class, Madame Palette surveyed our collective disaster and declared, "Congratulations. You've all nailed the concept of a brush with chaos." So apparently, we didn't just make art, we started a new movement, abstract utensilism. I guess you could say we really whisked it.